So, I don't usually do videos like this, but I recently saw the new Dragon Ball Super movie, Superhero, and I just needed to talk about it. There were problems with this movie. This is obviously going to have spoilers for the movie, so if you intend to watch the movie, don't watch it. Don't watch this video. Watch it after you watch the movie, or if you just don't want spoilers, then just don't watch it. But, so, there's several problems with the characters and the overall story of the movie. The first one being Gohan, the new characters, and there's 6 new characters technically, and out of all the characters, all of the new characters, 4 of them died. 4 of them. That's over half. They give us no reoccurring characters. There's 2. And honestly, I wouldn't be making this video if the movie wasn't canon. If the movie wasn't canon, I would have let it go. But it is canon. The story was by Akira Toriyama, the creator of all of the characters. And I kind of feel that he got some of the characters' personalities wrong. But I'll talk about that later. One of the problems is one of the dead characters, he shouldn't have died. Because he died just to take an arm off of the big villain, Cell Max. Which also, they used previous characters. Like, the big villain of the entire movie was the son of Commander Red, you know, back from the original Dragon Ball series. Who died, and then the scientist who created 2 new androids in the movie was the grandson of Dr. Gero. They just used other characters, like their relatives. And that really didn't make sense to me, because, I mean, sure, if you want to make a new character, you can make it semi-familiar by making it related to the other people. But in the movie, there's 2 different ways that they are. Like, in one of them, one is vengeful and one it just doesn't care. And one of them's actually a good guy. The grandson of Dr. Gero, he's a good guy. He's not a bad person. He just took the job so he can get funding. That's the only reason. And honestly, that made sense. He just wanted to make robots. But like, the other, Magenta, he wanted to carry on his father's legacy, but Dr. Hedo didn't? Doesn't make sense. I mean, they're individuals, so they probably have different ideas. But like, if you're gonna like revive the characters from their relatives, you have to at least, like, make them similar. Just, like, not make them normal people, except they're just related to crazy people who were villains in the past. Another problem is there were 2 new transformations. 2 of them. Usually, there's not this many new characters and new transformations at the same time. Like, usually, they make the movies for one transformation so they can explain where the transformations that they, like, came up with came from and, like, how they came into existence. But this movie, that wasn't the purpose. I mean, if the movie was only to introduce us to these future reoccurring characters, 2 of them, and give us a new transformation, why did you make 2 new transformations and 6 new characters just to only have 2 reoccurring characters? And one problem I had before was that they didn't name Gohan's new transformation in the movie. I actually had to look it up to find out if they actually named it. Because I'm like, if they left it to the fans to name it, they wouldn't have come up with something good. Because these are a bunch of fans. They don't know anything about naming new transformations. But also, the transformations, they just had, like, bad names. Like, Orange Piccolo, and Gohan Beast. You can't just make it something that's completely specific to one character. And also, they didn't explain how he unlocked it, just that he did. I mean, maybe it was because he got so angry that Piccolo was getting absolutely beaten up. But that hasn't ever caused anyone to do what Gohan did. Like, maybe you need to have the same experience as what causes the Super Saiyan while already having Super Saiyan. Or maybe he stacked Super Saiyan on his ultimate form that I think he was using when it happened. But they don't explain it. They can't just leave us with, oh yeah, he did this thing, and not tell us how. Also, one good thing was, after one of the new androids died, he turned to dust, and I think that's extremely memeable. Like, they could, put text at the bottom that says, "I don't feel so good, Dr. Hedo." Because he was just sitting there right next to him as he turned to dust. But, that's just me. That's probably not funny anymore. But, like, they also don't explain really how how Piccolo's new form works. Like, yeah, he got it from the dragon, but, like, it has nothing to do with the dragon. Honestly, the name should have been, like, dragon form or something. Not Piccolo orange Piccolo. Like, that doesn't, that's not appealing. And also, Goku and Vegeta, you know, the main characters, they didn't actually fight the villain in the movie. It was Gohan and Piccolo fighting. I mean, Vegeta did. Goku and Vegeta were fighting each other, but they weren't fighting any villains. They weren't actually important to the story of the movie, which they usually are. Like, you can't have Dragon Ball without the main character. Who's you can't just make a movie without the main character of the series. But one other good thing was that Broly was actually in the movie. I just like Broly. He's cool. But there were 2 character problems in the gods. Whis didn't really have a major problem, but I just didn't think a joke that he made was really part of his character. Like a joke that he would actually make. But maybe I am wrong. I mean, he did create the characters, so I guess he can choose what their personality is like, but based on what their personality already was like, I didn't think that a joke that he made would really make sense. Because, Beerus said that, he might fire Whis because, Lemo was such a good cook. He's like, oh no, I'm going to live out on the streets. But he didn't sound as sarcastic as I did. But it really didn't really make sense for Whis' character, really. And also, the bigger character problem was in the movie, they imply, they kind of showed that Beerus likes, Chile, which doesn't make sense for a god. Like, Beerus' character is just supposed to be like, he doesn't really care about other people, or he doesn't really have interest in mortals unless they can give him food. His one thing is just food. And I think mostly gods would be, I feel like there would be a rule of like not dating or, you know, liking mortals. But that's all I've got. It was still a good movie. You should go watch it, but those things just didn't make sense to me. It's been a while since I've made a video, but I don't know. I just wanted to talk about this movie, cause like it wasn't a bad movie. I just had a few questions about that, and a few things that I didn't think were explained well. But that's just me. Anyway, what else? I thought, oh yeah, I've never done like a movie review video before. So if you like that, too bad, because I'm probably never doing it again. Alright, bye.